Hi Flosstube, it's Bernie here, hooking and stitching. Today is Tuesday the 28th of June and I'm here for Flosstube number 21. So hi and welcome if you're new here. This is a channel primarily about cross stitching. I do sometimes show some crochet and a bit of diamond painting sometimes. I haven't actually got any of that to show today, but mostly it will be so things of the cross stitching variety. I do have a little bit of haul, just a small amount, and I'm so glad that you can be here to join me. I know I've had some new subscribers recently, so hi and welcome. Thank you for choosing to join my channel. I am getting closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark now. I think I'm just shy of 900, so I do appreciate that so much. It's hard to believe that many people would be interested in watching what I stitch, but apparently you do like it, so we shall crack on. So I've got today some whips to show you. I've got stats on how many stitches I've done and what percentages they're at, courtesy of our friend Pattern Keeper. And then I've also got a finish. It's not a fully finish, so it's not an FFO, it's just an FO, a finished object. And I've also got a new start, because, you know, if you finish something, you can start something, right? And I've just this morning had some haul arrive. I thought I was just going to have to let you know what I'd bought. But no, it came not long before I had to go out. I've had a busy morning. It's just after lunch now. But I took the children to school this morning, did some housework, and then I had a Tesco delivery turn up. And then it was my son's sports day. So I went back to school, and then I've walked back home again, had some lunch, and I'm like, right, I'm going to film now before I have to go and fetch the children. I've got a good couple of hours, so it's not going to take that long. I'm hoping, normally my videos aren't any more than about 40 minutes, so it shouldn't be. So let's crack on and show you what I've been up to, shall we? So shall we start with the finish? So this one didn't have too far to go. I'm just looking at my stats of how much I put into it. So I did 865 stitches on the first day I worked on it, 154 stitches on the second day I worked on it, and then 565 on the third day, and that finished it. So quick bit of maths in my head, that's like 1,000, just over 1,500 it took to finish it. And that is this one. Hummingbird by Owl Forest Embroidery. So this is a really washed out copy. My printer was running out of ink. I have since replaced it. But yeah, this is a really washed out copy. I started this one New Year's Eve. This was one where I decided last minute I was going to have a last minute start. I wanted a new start for New Year's Eve. What had I got in my stash that I could start with, and what chart could I download so that I could start that? And I found this on Owl Forest Embroidery's website. I absolutely loved it. Realised I got all the colours needed, because there aren't too many colours in this one, and that I got a piece of fabric suitable. So the fabric is a 32 count willow green even weave, and here she is in her glory. Isn't finishing stuff so cool? Really like it. Now, when you go onto Owl Forest Embroideries and look at the mock-up of this, they've used their own overdyes flossers in order to get a nice effect. I just used the DMC, but I still think it looks absolutely beautiful. There's very little backstitch. I think there's 2 French knots in the eyes of that bird. I don't know if you're going to be able to see those. And then their beaks are backstitched. I think that's it for the, because I don't particularly like backstitch. I know some people love it, some people hate it. I'm not a big fan or of French knots, but I did the French knots. I used Sarah, Stitching Mummy's tutorial. She did a stitch with me recently that showed how she does French knots. If you just go on YouTube and search Stitching Mummy French knots, and she made it so easy. I just flew and put them in, dead easy. So where I've struggled previously and they always pull through, or they don't work, or they end up with a great mess, this worked perfectly. So I will be using that method from now on. So I need to get this one a frame. Not sure where I'm going to put it yet. Somewhere in the house. But it's so pretty. And the next one I want to start is Kingfishers. This was Hummingbird. And yeah, there's one that's very similar, but it's kingfishers, and I think they're very beautiful birds. We do have kingfishers here in the UK. They tend to be around water. So super chuffed with that one. Always nice to finish something, isn't it? Especially in the same year I started it. That's like unheard of. Right, so I'm going through, no, I'm going to go through these in order because I do have an order. I worked on Hummingbird first and I finished it. I worked on it on the 9th of June, the 10th of June and the 11th of June. On the 12th of June, I moved on to Mini Mermaid at sunset. Now I've got to find it. Where's Mini Mermaid at sunset gone? There she is. So, this is by Heaven and Earth Designs. There's the cover photo. It's by Elena Lazareva, if that's how you say her name. And this is the mini. And I'm doing this on 25 count 1/1 full crosses. I will pop in a picture of what it looked like last time. And here it is now. So some quite good progress made on this one. On the first day I did 388 stitches. Second day I did 589 stitches. And on the third day I did 104. Which was a total of 1,081 stitches. And it's now at 49.02% complete. So just shy of the halfway point. And she's looking absolutely fabulous. Do really like this piece. Let's have a little close up. I'm filling in some of the background, filling in some of her tail. And I absolutely love this piece. It's really pretty. I love the colours in the background. It makes the background nice to stitch because there's so many nice colours. Eventually this will be going in the main family bathroom because I think it's going to be perfect for that. So yeah, 3 days work on that one. Well, two and a bit, because the last day I only did 104 stitches on it before I decided to put it down. And then I started on my next one that you'll see in a minute. Yeah, super job. This is living in my seaside based project bag that I made myself from the tutorial by Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch and the zipper pull, which I have actually sold some of. I want to say thank you. A couple of you after my last video went onto my Etsy shop and purchased yourself some of these. So thank you so much, really grateful. And they are absolutely perfect for zipper pulls. Love them. So that is that one. I'm not going to put them back in the bags, I'm just going to put them down to one side. So next was my long dog. This is just in a plastic wallet, but I will take it out actually because it's going to cause glare. So apologies for the crinkling, but put it right way up. So my next project is Opening Gambit by Long Dog Samplers. Absolutely love this piece as well. Started it just over a year ago, beginning of June 2021. And I'm doing this all in 3009. It's only taken me this long to remember what colour I'm doing it in without having to look. So I'm doing this on a 32 count Silver Moon even weave. 32 count is my thing. Sorry, itchy nose. I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like before, but here it is now. See, I've got to actually lean back now to start fitting it all in. Yeah, fair bit of work done on that one. So looking at my figures, I did 701 stitches the first evening I worked on it, because you can fly through this with it all just being one colour, and I've got it on Pattern Keeper. It's so easy to just pile the stitches in. I know I worked on this on my day off because this is what I used to film my Stitch With Me video. So if you've not seen that, check it out on my channel. It was my last upload before this upload. And I did a Stitch With Me using my GoPro. I strapped it to my head and I stitched. So I did 701 stitches the first day, 234 stitches on the second day, so a total of 935 stitches. and it's now at 35.16%. So over a third of the way through. Really pleased with how that's coming on. I've still got to do the back stitching. I haven't done any of that. Well, I think I've done a minor bit. Yeah, just above the elephant, look. There's a bit there, but there's far more back stitching needs doing. But I'm really enjoying just doing the cross stitches in that one. I love the colour, and I'm enjoying working on it. It's really good. So, and that's just in a plastic wallet. It doesn't have its own bag yet. I must make some more bags. I haven't made a bag for ages. I must make some more bags soon. Wow, we're flying through these. Only 10 minutes in, I've already showed you 3 projects. So what did I work on next? Aha, yes. You'll tell straight away by the project bag. This is my baby Yoda bag. Okay, I got this fabric off eBay. There's just, yeah, some stars on the inside there. And this houses my baby Yoda, or Grogu pattern. Sorry, you have to excuse this, it's a bit tatty. But I got this off Etsy. I don't think it's available anymore. It's probably a copyright issue. It's not going to stop me stitching it though, because I love it and I've got the perfect fabric for it and my son wants it. I'm doing just Yoda and his pod in the middle. I'm not doing the stars around the outside because of the fabric I'm using. You'll see why. So this is 32 count even weave by Fabric Flair, and it's called Creationist Purple. And obviously I'll pop in a picture of where it was last time you saw it, but there it is now. And how gorgeous is that fabric? I love this fabric. Those stars, I think it just works absolutely perfectly for this. So you can see I've been working on his ear and under his chin, and he's now got a mouth. And he's looking absolutely super. So the first day I worked on this, I did 702 stitches. And then the second day I worked on it, I did 487 stitches. So that's a total of 1,189 over 2 days. That's not bad going. And it's 26.23% complete according to Pattern Keeper. And I have already filled in the stars that go around the outside. I did that right at the beginning. So that is of what's left. But yeah, this is for my son. We do like Mandalorian in this house. And oh, I've got my needle minder on the wrong way around. That's just criminal. Let me show you my gorgeous little needle minder because I love this one. I got it off Etsy. There he is. How cute is he? So yeah, that's my Grogu needle minder that goes on my Grogu fabric in my Grogu bag. So yeah, some pretty good stitching got in the last couple of weeks. I'm quite pleased with how much progress I've made. Don't think I've done too shabbily. Put that down there. After that one, I worked on... We are absolutely flying through this, aren't we? Sorry. There's another one in a plastic wallet. The next one I worked on was this one. Cats and Mandalas. This is the January one, and these are by Pamela Kellogg. I got this off Etsy, but I bought it off Etsy when I saw it advertised in an email by 123 Stitch. So I know that the paper charts are available at 123 Stitch. And you could either just stitch the mandala, or you can have the mandala with the cat. Now, I had to have the mandala with the cat. I'm not going to stitch this without the cat on it. But yeah, the option, they do chart them without the cats. But oh, this is just, it's gorgeous. I love it. And they do lots of designs. There's all the one for each month. So I'm doing January up here at the moment. I probably will eventually do them all in my lifetime at some point. The next one I want to do, I actually really like the Halloween one. Where's he gone? That one. For October. Yeah, November, December, yeah. The Halloween one with the little pumpkins and stuff. I really like that one. And December's gorgeous as well. The poinsettias. But I'm stitching this on 32 count white. Might be antique white, I think. Even weave popped a picture of what it looked like last time, and there it is now. So I finished the cat, and I've been working on the mandala itself. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but yeah, you might be able to catch it. The ones around the main centre motif, the silver and the pink, are actually petite treasure braid. It's charted in Krynic, but I prefer petite treasure braid. So I got those. I'm using PB206, that's the pink, and the High Lustre PH02, High Gloss Silver, that one. And look at how much they pick the light up. Aren't they gorgeous? And that's, yeah, what you can see around the centre. And I do like stitching on this one. It's very pretty. It's very delicate. I always describe this one as being very delicate. And I did all the back stitching in the centre motif. So that's completely filled that one in. And this one's sporting my S6 Needleworks Retreat needle minder. You probably can't see that because it's reflecting off the ring light. Although I didn't actually work on this one there at all. But that's just what my needle minder's on. So really pleased with how that's coming along. No stats on that though, because it didn't go into Pattern Keeper. I must have tried because it was a PDF chart, but yeah, it just did not work in Pattern Keeper. So I'm doing it from the paper chart, which I do on occasion. That's in a plastic wallet. That one doesn't have its own bag. So the next thing I worked on 4 days in total looking at this, although one of the days was split with another project. That's because I need to get 2,000 stitches a month in order to get it finished, and that is this one, My Darling, by Irena Garmashova, charted by Haid, Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm working on this one now 4 years, and it's so close to finished. So close to finished. Let's tell you the stats to start with. So 200 stitches on the first day, 1,174 stitches on the second day, 560 stitches on the third day, and 220 stitches on the fourth day. Took me to 2,154 total stitches, 91.53% complete. Let's show you where she's at. Now she is on the scroll frame still, and she will be until she's done now. But you can see, I can't see you now. Been working in that bottom bit. You can't see me, I can't see you. I'm hoping that the camera is picking this up. Yeah. So I've been working on a load of the white. It's 3865. It's a killer. I think there's less than 1,000 stitches of it left. Oh, yes. And obviously all that brown there in the cat's ruff. But there we go, I can see now. This is obviously the length of it. Doesn't look quite right there, does it? And yeah, I've just literally got to finish that bottom bit and it's done. Already starting to think about framing. I have an idea where I'm taking it. There is a shop recommended in the town where I work, and I think it will be going there. I'm dreading how much it's going to cost. I think I'll have to save up. Might even need a payment plan or something to cover the cost of it. But it will be worth it because it's absolutely stunning, and I'm so proud of how much work I've put into it. It's just absolutely stunning. Stunningly beautiful. Yeah, I can't believe it's nearly done. But yes, 91.53% complete. There's less than 10,000 stitches left to do. So based on 2,000 a month, it will be done by the end of the year, which is the plan. So excited. I'm thinking as well, when I was doing my stitch with me video, I thought I ought to do a stitch with me when I finish it. So, you know, when I've got like 100 stitches left, then I should do a stitch with me video. And I even had a quick look on Pattern Keeper for what like the last 100 stitches block would look like. And it's about 3 colours. So that'd be perfect for a stitch with me video. And then I can finish it like on camera. I could even do, maybe even do a YouTube live of me finishing it. Would that be exciting? So yeah, My Darling by Irina Gomashova. My very first aid. Biggest piece I've ever worked on. 116,800 stitches in total, which isn't massive for Heaven and Earth designs. I know it's not. It's 400 by 292, but I'm doing it on 18 count, easy guide, magic guide. No, it's easy. I'm sure it's called easy guide. It's this Swigart version. And I'm just so proud of it. So damn proud of it. So keep watching me, guys. I'm finishing it. I am going to finish it this year. So after I worked on My Darling, the next one I worked on was in this bag. First project bag I ever made myself. It's gorgeous farm fabric. And then pink spotty on the top and inside. And you can just see it poking out there. It's a Nora Corbett. This is Snapdragon by Nora Corbett. My first ever Nora Corbett. I'm sorry about the glare, trying to angle it so it doesn't pick it up. This is absolutely beautiful. No stats on this because it's paper chart, and they're not the easiest of paper charts. They're very small. I had to photocopy it in order to get myself a working copy and blow it up to make it a bit easier, because my highlighter would never have even fit in the tiny boxes before. So yeah, not the easiest chart to work from, I must admit. It'd be amazing if these were on PDF version, but I don't think they've got any plans to do that, because it's far easier then for people to steal them and things, I believe. So I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time you guys saw it, and here it is now. So she's doing very well. Still haven't done the back stitching and I haven't done any beading, but I was working all down in that bottom corner, filling in the dress. And this was nice actually, because I worked on this after My Darling, and after all the browns and the beiges, it was so nice to work on pinks and purples because they're so pretty. I just adore the colours in this one. It's really pretty. And I'm working on a 32 count willow green even weave, the same one that I put Hummingbird on. It's just another piece of the fabric. And yeah, she's looking really good. She's getting close to a finish. Shouldn't be too much longer before I've done this one, and then that'll be another one I can tick off my list as complete, which would be really nice to do. My daughter's got her eye on this one and I said no. So I'm doing enough pieces for you. This one's going in my bedroom because it's so pretty and I really like it. And then I had a new start. So I've put this one in my Hummingbird bag that I had Hummingbird in. Again, another bag I made myself, and gorgeous like rainbow waves fabric on the inside. It's so pretty. I need to do myself a zipper pull for this one because it hasn't got one yet, but I can't remember where that fabric was from. It might have been one of the online stores. But I've started, because we're in summer, it had to be done. I'm on Summer Blooms by Little Dove Designs. I've already done the autumn version and it's finished and it's framed, and it goes up in the autumn months in my kitchen. I'm working on the spring one. It's not far off finish now. I've just got the bottom section to finish. So I thought I need to start the summer one. And I had the fabric. I had the magazine and I photocopied it. And I don't have the magazine anymore for some reason. But my copy was just really hard to read. This is taken from one of the pages. But the chart itself, I was looking at it and go, is that symbol or not? And I was really, really struggling with the symbols. I thought, this is ridiculous. I prefer to work off a PDF. And I'm struggling, you know, just from the off to see what the symbols were. And there's no way I'm going to want to do the whole chart struggling. So I looked it up on Etsy, because I know that Faye of Little Doves, she sells on Etsy. It was an instant download for £6 to have the chart. So I have the winter one. I do actually have the magazine still for the winter one, but I'm just going to buy the PDF for £6. Instant download. It was with me that minute. And I put it straight in Pattern Keeper, and it's just a breeze. and I've already done 729 stitches on this one. Did 110 the first evening, and I did 619 last night. So there's no starting picture because it's a new start. No last time picture, I mean. Sorry, that's quite see-through. This is 28 count even weave because I've done them all on 28 count, or started the other two on 28 count. And that's where I'm at. Now, I've made a slight change to this one. If you see that border at the top, I've used a variegated fabric for the, it's like in 2 layers, the underneath layer. I didn't actually have the correct colour. I realised when I was going through my stash, it called for 905, and I just don't have 905, but 904, 906, 907, I don't have 905. And then I realised I got a nice variegated green in my stash. I think it's DMC 92. And I thought, you know what, that'll work. And it does. I actually quite like the variegation. And I've done a little bit of work in the house. And yeah, it's a nice fun stitch. I like this. And so my intention is eventually to have summer up during the summer months, June, July, August. And the winter one, and the, you know, in winter, the autumn one goes up in autumn, September, October, November. And the spring one will hopefully be done by next spring. Hopefully this will be done by next summer. And I can get that up. So I think the only one then is, I've got to start the winter one. It's not going to be ready for this winter. But I want to start it when the weather gets a bit colder. I've got the fabric. I've got the chart. Although, yeah, I've got the paper chart. I need the PDF chart. But yeah, I like this series. They were originally in Cross Stitcher magazine, and that's where I first saw them. But yeah, you can just grab yourself the PDF if that's what you prefer. The only thing I have noticed though is the magazine copy. They did the mock-up on a blue fabric, which is fine, but the colours are slightly different. You see the house is much bluer, and like the watering can at the bottom and the plant pot, much bluer in this version. I don't know whether they just blew the picture out of, you know, proportion when they were photographed. You know, when you, like on Instagram, you can really make the colours different, can't you, by brightening them and changing the saturation. But it has actually dawned up, I've realised that the colour codes aren't the same as they are on the PDF, which I thought was a bit strange. So like the house on this version is done in 959 and 964, whereas in this version it's in 926 and 927, which is more of a grey, like a grey green, as opposed to a blue, which is in this one. So that was a little unusual. But yeah, the colour key completely changed from the magazine chart to the PDF chart. But it is what it is. I'm not bothered. So I'm just going to stitch it as it's charted on the PDF. Because it's on Pattern Keeper and it's just so much easier. So that is everything I worked on. 9.18% complete now, this one. 729 stitches, 9.18% complete. So nearly 10% already in just 2 evenings work. Not bad going. Right, I do have a little bit of haul, only a small amount of haul. I want to say a big thank you to Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher. She commented on my last video. I was complaining that I was struggling to get hold of a couple of gentle art threads. One of them was Raven and the other one's Grecian Gold. And she came to me and she said, Raven's available at Create Nostalgia. Now this is a website I've not shopped at before. Not one that I really knew of, if I'm honest, but they've got all sorts on their website. They've got all the Mill Hill kits, you know, the buttons and beads kits and things like that, which I will have to treat myself to one eventually. And they've got beads and they've got fancy floss. Now they had Raven. Here it is. Yeah. Show you that. It's like a very blacky through to dark green colour, and this is for Halloweenies by Plum Street Sampler, the Dash Hound Halloween one, because I want to start that fairly soon. But they didn't have Grecian Gold and I still can't get it. I've tried all over the place, everywhere I'm looking does not have the embroidery thread. They've got the wool. I found the wool, but that's not what I want. I want the embroidery, you know, the 6-stranded cotton embroidery thread. I'd even take they do two, like, is it like an 8 yard and a 10 yard, like, or 6 yard and a 10 yard, something like that. They do like a bigger version, don't they? I don't mind, I'll buy the bigger version, but no. So if anybody knows where I can get Gentle Arts Grecian Gold, please comment below and let me know, because that's the only one I've got left to buy. I did need, I have actually got this in my stash somewhere, but I think I would need another one, so I ordered some used brick by Classic Colourworks. And then I thought, well, I've got to pay postage. So, what else do I need? And this little package arrived this morning. And as I said, they do beads. And I needed quite a lot of beads. 2 charts that I'm planning on starting soon are Emerald Mermaid by Mirabilia and Gwen by Nora Corbett. Gwen's part of the Bewitching Pixies. And they call for quite a few beads, so I've ordered all the beads. How pretty. Oh, so I do apologise about this. Nasty, isn't it? What happened? Bailey, one of our cats, was in the garden. My husband was getting him in because we were getting ready to get to bed. And he sort of, get inside, running around outside, because our cats are allowed in our garden because it's a cat-proof garden. Bailey came flying in through the patio doors and whacked himself on the side of the door, which showed this great thump. So, gosh, what's wrong? You know, and my husband said, I think he hit his hip. That's always he okay? So he picked him up and he said, will you have a look? And he handed him to me, and he'd like got hold of his bat and he handed at me, paws forward. And as I went to take it, he scratched down my arm, and it did bleed, as you can see. It's quite a nasty scratch. So he's not a vicious cat. He didn't try and hurt me. He just, the way it was handed to me, he had his claws out. Anyway, that's just to explain why I've got a wound on my arm. But yeah, so we've got these gorgeous green beads. And some like purpley to bronze. And I've never bought this many beads. Got these gorgeous purple ones. Look at those. I think they're for Gwen. Some pretty creamy coloured ones. Oh, hair. Oh yeah, it called for 2 packets of these purpley to bronze ones. Look at those. Look at the colour of those. They're definitely for Emerald Mermaid. Wow. And oh, beautiful, like sagey green, but so shiny. Oh, this is so pretty. What have I got here? Some these are size 6 glass beads, like a brownie colour. I think they're for Gwen, I think. And some black ones. I'm pretty sure they're for Gwen. Is that all of them? Yep, that's all of them. So they came from Create Nostalgia. Fabulous service from them. I ordered them Friday and they've arrived today on Tuesday. She did send me an email saying they'd been dispatched on Friday night, but post was being slow. Please be patient, which absolutely fine. Half expected them to come. I did sort of cross my fingers they might come Saturday, but they didn't come Saturday. And I did half expect them yesterday, but they didn't come yesterday. So when they came today, I was really pleased. And then I treated myself with one other little thing. Because I've been working with the Petite Treasure braid, I've bought myself one of these. It's a little beeswax pod for stitching with. Oh, it's covered in cat fluff. And you can see where I've been using it. So it's dead easy. You just hold your thread one side and pull it through. And it just lightly coats it with some beeswax. And it just makes it smoother. I have been using it on the DMC as well. The only thing I will say is I used it on ecru on my darling. And the thread that went through this wasn't shiny. Now, whether that will change, hopefully, when it's washed, because I've got to wash, my darling will definitely be washed because it's on gridded fabric for starters, so I'll have to wash it to get the grid out. So hopefully I'll be able to, because it'll be quite hot water, I'll melt the beeswax that's on that bit of thread. You can't, I probably couldn't even spot it now if I tried. You can't see it, it's not obvious, but I did stop using it on the ecru because it just didn't look as shiny for some reason. But I used it on the 3865, that was fine, and I've used it on quite a few other things, and it just makes it smoother and less liable to snag at the back. Sometimes you can feel it sort of snag when you pull it through, and then you're back and look, and that's when you end up with one leg, when you're using two threads and one's shorter than the other because it's caught at the back somewhere. But yeah, that was just off eBay, just a bit of beeswax. So I think, guys, that's about it. Plans wise, obviously I'm planning on coming back at the end of July, so give me a month. I'm planning on working on all my full coverage pieces. So My Darling needs 2,000 stitches, Mermaid needs 1,000, my Unicorn, which is funny enough is on the stand over there right now, that needs 1,000 stitches, Opening Gambit needs 1,000 stitches, and then whatever I fancy, whether I'll start my 2 new ones. I might make myself wait until I've finished Snapdragon before I allow myself to start either the mirror or the other Noricor, but just to keep myself sensible. I know some of you don't. My mum was like, how many projects have you got? How could you not just finish one before you start another one? I said, Mum, I've been working on My Darling for 4 years. I'd have given up cross stitching by now if I hadn't had something else to work on, because of the monotony of the, you know, the full coverage. I mean, I love full coverage, it's my favourite type of stitching, but it's all, like I say, creams and beiges, apart from when I did the eyes, that was some lovely blue. But there's no way I could stitch on that solidly. I mean, it wouldn't have taken me 4 years if I'd stitched on it solid. But I like to switch and change between projects. Different techniques, different fabrics, you know, it just keeps it all fresh, doesn't it? And my mum couldn't really understand it. She does jigsaws. So she starts a jigsaw, she finishes it before she moves on to another jigsaw, which I totally get. You can't pack it away like I can my cross-stitch projects. But I'm on, I think I started the year on 16, I might be on 17, 18 whips by now, although I have just finished one, so I'm quite happy with that amount. I know some of you guys out there have tons. Like when I hear Jessie Marie and Stitching Mummy talking about like 80 plus projects, I go, oh my god, how do you even decide what to work on? It was hard enough for me going through, you know, sort of 16, what we're going to work on today, what's calling to me, and then feeling guilty about a new start. But anyway, never feel guilty about your stitching, guys. This is a hobby and it's there to be enjoyed. Thank you to everybody who commented about my injuries. I am getting better. I can walk again fairly normally. I did catch myself on a rock walking up to school earlier, and just the way that my foot went over the rock, I just sort of felt it twinge in my ankle. I'm due to get back on Jack on Friday. Technically a little early. I should have another month off really, but his owner has pointed out to me, look, the longer you leave it, the harder it's going to get get back on. And she's absolutely right, because I am nervous of getting back on. It's weird, I don't feel scared, I just don't feel like I want to. It's like that the enjoyment's gone out of it because I'm worried I'm going to fall off again. And I think it just comes from having 2 falls so close together. Sorry, if you're new here, Jack is a horse I ride. He's quite big. He busted my ankle a few weeks ago. He threw me and I landed badly on my ankle and I've twisted it. I was limping for quite a while. Previous to that, he dropped me on my head a couple of weeks beforehand, tripped over on the road and dropped me on my head. And I had to have all physio on my neck and shoulders. My physio loves me, cost me a fortune. And last year, he threw me into a fence, broke my ribs. So yeah, the confidence has been chipped and chipped and chipped, and then having 2 falls so close together, it didn't get a chance to build back up again before it was chipped right off again. So yeah, I'm about just getting on and having a gentle walk round and then being done. Just to get over that hurdle. I'm not going over hurdles, trust me. Not for a while. But yeah, thank you to everybody that commented wishing me well with my injuries. I'm doing all right. I can walk again now, so I'm all right. Okay guys, this is now at 40 minutes, which is absolutely perfect for me. I'm going to get this uploaded, edited, and hopefully, well, if you're seeing this now, hopefully I got it up the same evening. And yeah, my plan is to come back at the end of July and update you with more progress. So nice to see everything moving along. So I shall see you again soon, and take care, stay safe, stay well, and happy stitching, as they say. Bye bye.